Welcome back to Live Now from Fox, continuing with those top stories and headlines of the day. On your screen right now, a live look out at a hazy Gaza as the Israel-Hamas war rages on. We know those missile strikes continuing now at 9:49 on the East Coast. According to our content partners over at the Associated Press, violence has continued this week in the Gaza Strip as well as across the broader Middle East. The U.S. administration has been pushing for a prolonged ceasefire between Israel and Hamas, but so far has not succeeded. We know that Israel said Friday it would continue with its invasion of the Gaza Strip and push into the southern town of Rafah to uproot Hamas. More than half of the territory's 2.3 million people are packed into the city on the border with Egypt, and it's unclear at this hour where they can go. Egypt will not attempt displacement of Palestinians on its territory, while much of the rest of the Gaza Strip is already under evacuation orders at this hour, and it's also the scene of intense battles between Israel and Hamas, and you can see that evident from the video on your screen. We're being told the situation in Rafah is catastrophic. The town is packed. Many people are living in tents. There's not enough food, electricity, or water, and Israeli airstrikes kill people almost every day. 28 people died early Saturday. Close to 28,000 Palestinians have been killed since the conflict erupted. All of this according to the Hamas-run territory's health ministry. As we do continue to follow this war, Israel's push for Rafah has widened the gap between it and the U.S. The U.S. wanting Israel to negotiate a ceasefire with Hamas, which would allow the remaining Israeli hostages to return home and help protect Palestinian civilians in the Gaza Strip. Benjamin Netanyahu, Israel's prime minister, snubbed Antony Blinken, the U.S. Secretary of State, who actually visited Jerusalem with a message earlier this week. Well, afterwards, Netanyahu called a press conference and said there would be no ceasefire and Israel would fight on until, quote, total victory. President Joe Biden on Thursday calling Israel's approach to the war, quote, over the top, and said that the suffering of civilians has got to stop. Since the start of the war, these were perhaps the strongest words of criticism by the current president, Joe Biden, who has broadly been supportive of the Israeli effort to destroy Hamas. Israel launching its assault on the Gaza Strip after Palestinian militants killed 1,200 people in communities across southern Israel and kidnapped 250 on October 7th. While just over 100 Israeli hostages were swapped for Palestinian prisoners in a deal last November. About 100 are still held hostage by Hamas at this hour. The rest are thought to have perished.